A crow just memorized your face. It will remember it for 17 years. Not a metaphor, a documented fact. Researchers proved it in Seattle, twice. Worse for you, it tells its children, and its children tell strangers. A warning, inherited like property, passed down, compounded. This is not a cute animal fact. This is generational wealth infrastructure, and most human families cannot build it. Crows cache food, thousands of items, across hundreds of separate locations. They recall the map for months. Some species track over 5,000 cache sites at once. No spreadsheet, no ledger. Pure spatial memory, held under real pressure. A single winter of poor recall can mean starvation by February. But storage was never the hard part. Memory was never the hard part. The hard part is who gets to know. A cache only holds value while it stays private. The moment a rival sees it, the asset is gone. Liquidity evaporates the second the location leaks. This is portfolio management with feathers and a beak. Economists have a term for this: information asymmetry. One party knows more. The gap between them is where wealth lives. Hedge funds run on that gap. Family trusts run on it too. So does every dynasty that has ever quietly outlasted its rivals. Not effort, not talent. Access to information the other side lacks. Here is what should unsettle you. Every fortune you admire had a secret. Not a hustle, a secret, guarded like collateral. If a crow senses it was watched, it moves the food. Sometimes it fakes a burial to mislead the observer. It digs a hole, pretends to drop food in, closes it empty. The rival wastes energy digging up nothing at all. The real cache sits untouched, 40 meters away, unwatched. But this is not just a bird habit. It is the exact mechanic behind insider trading edges, legal ones, the kind hedge funds pay real money for. Expert network subscriptions, early earnings calls, private placement access. All of it monetizes one principle: know first, profit first. Bloomberg terminals exist because milliseconds of early data carry a price. Firms pay millions a year just to see the ledger sooner. Economists call this an information rent, a return earned purely from knowing first, not from working harder, from knowing sooner. The crow does not outwork its rivals. It simply knows something they do not. That gap is the entire advantage, and it compounds. Stretch it across 1,000 caches and a full decade. That is how a modest edge becomes a fortune. 90% of family wealth disappears, gone by the third generation. Every study confirms it. Wall Street calls it shirt sleeves to shirt sleeves. The founder builds it, the heir spends it, the grandchild starts over broke. In Seattle, researchers wore a single distinct mask, trapped crows while wearing it. Once. Only once. That mask became a permanent threat record in the colony. Years later, crows that never saw the trapping mobbed the mask. Offspring who were not even born yet mobbed the mask. Unrelated crows nearby learned the warning by simple observation alone. The information outlived every individual who first learned it firsthand. That is not instinct, that is a transmitted record. Families that keep wealth do the same thing structurally. They call it a family office. Same underlying function. A family office does not just hold liquid assets, it holds the map, the relationships, the playbook. Deal flow access, banking relationships, tax structuring knowledge. The information the original fortune was actually built on top of. Rockefeller set his up in 1882. It still operates today. Not because the original oil fortune never got spent, because the operating knowledge kept regenerating new fortunes behind it. In plain terms, most families never write anything down. There's no manual for how the money actually got made. The founder dies, the knowledge dies quietly along with him. The cash sits there. Nobody left knows how to grow it again. 3 generations later, it's gone. That's the whole story, every time. Crows steal from each other constantly, so they evolved counter-surveillance, fake burials, decoy caches. Some watch their own cache from multiple angles before committing. Others simply wait until no observer is anywhere in sight. Companies do the exact same defensive work. Non-disclosure agreements, patent walls, trade secret law. Every moat exists purely to slow the theft down. Coca-Cola never patented its formula. Not once, not ever. A patent expires after 20 years. A secret does not. That single choice protected over a century of margin. Competitors have tried reverse engineering it since 1886. None have succeeded. Protection is not paranoia. It is margin preservation. Every leak is a direct transfer of wealth, from the one who knew to the one who did not. Insider leaks, expired patents, data breaches. Same transfer, different century. The mechanism never changes. Only the packaging around it does. Here is the collision. Pay close attention now. Urban crows outlive rural crows by measurable years. Not because cities are safer. They are not, statistically. Because cities generate more reusable information per square mile. More faces, more patterns, more cached knowledge to draw from. The environment rewards memory density, not muscle or raw speed. Wealth behaves identically. It rewards information density over sheer capital. Capital alone compounds slowly, predictably, modestly. That's just interest, ordinary market return, nothing more. Capital plus proprietary information compounds violently on a different curve entirely. Call it intergenerational alpha. Excess return, inherited, never freshly earned. That second line is every dynasty you have ever heard of. This is why the myth persists so stubbornly. People think old money is fundamentally about the money. It was never about the money in the first place. It was the informational edge the money kept regenerating, generation after generation. It was always the ledger nobody else could read. You now understand why the crow remembers your face. Why some families keep wealth for centuries at a time, why others lose all of it in one generation flat. But there is one moment that destroys every information edge permanently. The moment the secret becomes public.